Hey you guys, what's up? It is Blind Eye and I am here to do my first ever video game review for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted Full-Time Edition on PlayStation VR 2. Alright, let's get into this Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted Full-Time Edition on PlayStation VR 2. I did review this game on PlayStation VR 1 back in the day, but it was on my old brand and now I'm on the new brand, so forget all that. We're starting fresh, baby. The perfect review is to re-review a game that I reviewed back in the day, so this is going to be easy. Alright, let's get into this. So, Five Nights at Freddy's, my history with the franchise is that I've honestly never played the games until the initial release of Five Nights at Freddy's on PlayStation VR 1. Help Wanted on PlayStation VR 1. And I've always loved the franchise. I've seen Markiplier play through all the games, and it's just so good. It's so good. And then when they finally came to VR, I was so hyped up, and with Help Wanted 2 coming out, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna do a upgrade for PlayStation VR 2. And yeah, buddy, we've got it. That's what we're here to talk about today. So real quick, my review structure, I'm not gonna go by gameplay, audio, atmosphere, story, characters, whatever. I'm turning on the camera and go. I'm just gonna talk. So I apologize if it's not structured, if that's not what you're looking for, whatever. It's all good. I'm blabbing. See what I mean? Alright, let's go. So, it basically has all the games. You got Five Nights at Freddy's 1, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and a bunch of minigames attached to it, as well as the Curse of Dreadbear DLC. Let me tell you something with this game. This game is full of jump scares. That's the whole thing with it. That's how you get scared, the jump scares, but also the tension. The tension in this game, the atmosphere is so good. And you all know how this goes. You know how this is. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. The first game, you are in the office. Like, it is insane. You're looking around, you got both doors on each side, and it's a whole different ball game from playing flat screen. If you played it flat screen and it was scary, that's cool. But VR is no joke. When you have the headset on, you have the headphones in, and you're like actually in it, like you are literally in the environment, you are in the office, you are in that world, and it is absolutely amazing and terrifying all at the same time. You have to physically touch the buttons to bring down the doors and turn on and off the lights, and you actually get to use your hands and like flip through each camera that you want. It's so cool, it's amazing. And the animatronics, let me tell you right now, the animatronics, because they'll walk by you in the VR version, and sometimes they'll just walk on by. Bonnie and Foxy will be on your left. Chica and Freddy will be on your right. At least for Freddy, kind of probably goes left and right. But anyway, when they walk by, they will just walk by. But other times, if you watch, they'll stop and they'll turn to your direction and look at you, and then you gotta I hit the door no matter what. I always close the door when they walk by no matter what, because I don't want to die. So yeah, it's so good. And then of course you got Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with the hallway in front of you, and there ain't no locking the doors on this one if you played the game. You have the two vents on each side, and you have to check the cameras, you have the music box, you have so much cool stuff. And then they're basically all the same thing, just you got to do different mechanics and different environment and different setting and different atmosphere and all that stuff. So Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you have the hallway, you have the one main door, and you have to look out for all that. You got to deter the freaking spring trap from getting to you. And then you have all this hallucinogenic stuff going on. And then there's a vent right by you on the right, which is terrifying. And so it basically, if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, the jump scares are awesome. Uh, yeah, it's just so good. It's so good. But for $30 or however much this was, $10 upgrade. So if you already paid for it, it's all good, you know. But anyway, there's so much content here. There's a lot of content. Just there's you have to repair the animatronics, parts and service. You have to repair each one, which is crazy because each one is different. With Bonnie, you had to go in and like fix his guitar and take his eyes out, and then Chica, you had to get all the food off of her, and then disinfect her with the spray, and the bugs are crawling all around. And then Freddy, you have to go in and fix him up, and then Foxy is a whole nother thing because Foxy's just crazy. Um, and then there's vent repair where you're literally inside a vent, four walls surrounding you. One vent opens up at a time. You figure out the little mini puzzle there. Then the other one will open. You figure that out there. Then the last one opens, and then you figure it out there. Then you figure it all out. But all while that's going on, you have Mangle crawling through the vent after you, which is insane. It's so crazy. There's so many characters in this too. Like, I can't name them all. There's so many. You probably all know what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about by now. And then, let's see, there's Night Terrors, which I've dabbled in that a bit. What's the one? Then there's also Fun with Plush Trap and or Fun with Balloon Boy. Those are basically the same thing. You basically have to get either Plush Trap or Balloon Boy on the X, and you're in the dark. You're given like about a minute, maybe more, maybe less of a time limit, and you're in the pitch black, and you hear the laugh, you hear the making noise and whatnot, and you have a flashlight, and you got to try to get them on the X. But yeah, Fun with Balloon Boy and Fun with Plush Trap and Fun with Balloon Boy those are cool. I like those. Those are awesome. And now I guess we just move on to the DLC, the Curse of Dreadbear DLC, and it's basically a bunch of mini games, which is awesome. There's one that I liked a lot, and you are in the office from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Both sides of you are boarded up. The doors are boarded up, but you can see them kind of walking by, and it's like it's a Halloween version of the animatronic, whether it's Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, I don't know which one, but it's one of them, obviously. Or maybe it's Dreadbear, I don't know. Hard to tell from me. And you're looking through the cameras, you're doing all that stuff like normal, but instead of the lights down the hall, it's like a big camera flash. So you hit that button on each door or on the camera screen, and it drains your power. So you gotta, every once in a while, you have to turn the power completely off and be completely in the dark, completely vulnerable, and you better hope that they don't come up on either side of you, because now you don't have a way to defend yourself. And that adds a whole new level like of anticipation and tension, like, oh, is this power going to turn itself back on? Because once you hit that lever, you're done. I don't know how long of a time it is that it turns back on, but you just better hope that you time that right, and then survive till 6 a.m. like always. And that was probably my favorite mini game out of there. There's also one with Foxy, and you're on like this little dark ride thing with a little gun that shoots out little like foam balls, and you gotta hit the targets. That was pretty fun. There's so much content here in this DLC. It's so good. And then along with the main game, like that's money well spent in my opinion. Like, you get the bang for your buck with this game. It's awesome. There's not a lot of moving around. You're stationary for the most part, and you have a good time. You get scared and have fun, and it's just so good. And I am so excited to see what Five Nights at Freddy's Help 1 and 2 is going to bring. I've seen little clips here and there to pique my interest. I'm definitely going to get it. So, yeah. Let me say, obviously, since this is on PlayStation VR 2, it is a hell of a lot better than how it was originally on PlayStation VR 1 with light tracking and the Move controllers. This, you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't need a camera. You don't need light tracking. It's all there, and it's all badass and amazing, and PlayStation VR 2 is so freaking awesome. Maybe I'll make a video on that, I don't know. But the haptics and the sense controllers and the headset, it's so good. It's so much more immersive, and it is amazing. I love it so much. I love PlayStation VR 2 so much. I love Five Nights at Freddy's. It's so good. I cannot wait to get Help 1 and 2. The first impressions of that will be coming soon, as well as a review or me blabbing about it, whatever I'm going to call these. So, yeah, I don't want to blab on too much. So, I think that's it. I'm just going to be repeating everything. So, I'm going to end it here. Thank you all so much for watching my review or my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted Full-Time Edition on PlayStation VR 2. If you enjoyed the review, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that YouTube stuff that everyone says. Check out the channel. I have a bunch of movie content since I am a filmmaker. I have a bunch of original films such as Lunatic 2, working on Lunatic 3, hopefully get that out this year. We'll see about that. That's been a process for sure, writing-wise. Other original film stuff such as the Narrator anthology series with episode 1, The Closet Creatures, and episode 2, The Abductors. You never know when you'll get a little teaser with that. And a bunch of fan film stuff, The Director from Halloween Horror Nights, H.R. Blood and Guts from Halloween Horror Nights, Scarecrow from DC Comics, and a bunch of cool stuff like that. All the video game content, Let's Plays, reviews, first impressions, clips. You never know what you're going to get there, but mostly it's all going to be PlayStation VR 2 content as far as that goes. And of course the music stuff. Every movie that I make, every video that I do pretty much, like the intro for the new reviews, I made that. I made the music. The music you're hearing in the background now, if I decide to put that in or not, I made that as well. All on my iPad Pro and GarageBand, so I love it. It's awesome. So yeah, I'm blabbing. Had to plug myself at the end there, so there you go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all for whatever comes next.